It is Tuesday night here at the Politics Bar, and we've been previewing her all night. Give a big hand to the one and the only Ashley Bell, who is running for Congress in North Carolina's 10th District, Winston-Salem area, and elsewhere. Look, Lincoln County. Me being from Lincoln, Nebraska, originally, pretty much anywhere somebody says, "Hey, Lincoln," I'm like, "Hey, we probably, lost mail or something to you guys at some point."
Yeah. For sure.
Well, that's how it goes, except, if you're in, if you're in the same area, like you're in North Carolina, somebody sticks in the wrong box, you just walk over or drive over to their place and you say, "Here, this is yours."
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how it is. When I drove through North Carolina before, I used to live in Florida for a little while, lived up here in DC for a while. It's always nice. People in North Carolina was nice. It was always just great to, you're like, it's halfway between, we'll crash there. It's perfectly fine.
My sister shot a movie called Shag in Raleigh.
Right.
So she loved it. She loved those 3 months she was there.
You obviously love North Carolina enough to put down roots there here about, 20 years ago or so?
Yeah, about 15, 20 years ago when I started PA school here. So,
is anybody who says that you're not from North Carolina now, give me a break. I mean, yes, you were born in Texas.
Been there long enough.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I should have been born in North Carolina, I'm pretty sure. So I definitely do not belong in Texas.
Especially these days. Yeah.
Especially a Democrat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
There's some good Texas Democrats doing some things, but there's some good Democrats doing some things in North Carolina too. And you look, you got some challenges. I'm not going to lie. Your opponent there, Pat Harrigan, he's only been in office, like a year and a half, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he's a Republican in North Carolina, so he has a little bit of an advantage.
Right.
Have you had
gerrymandering?
Well,
yeah.
Oh God, there's that.
Yeah. So.
But at the same time, your current he's your just recent past governor, or I'm trying to remember. He's running for Senate.
Cooper?
Yeah, Roy.
Yeah.
Cooper.
See, the fact you call him, it's Roy. I know him as Roy.
Yeah, it's just Roy. He's just Roy. Yeah. I mean, our current governor is also a Democrat, as is our attorney general and our lieutenant governor. And, so we're.
But then you got your legislature.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, I mean, again, gerrymandering.
Well, this is true, but the thing is that clearly you're a fighter. We talked about this a lot here at the bar. Difference isn't between left and right; it's between folders and fighters.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, and I think that's kind of the conversations being had all over the country right now. Is people are making a big deal about DSA and the far left and all of this. And it really just boils down to who's going to actually fight for the people.
Right.
And that's what people want. So,
yeah.
Now I'm calling y'all FDR Democrats.
Yeah.
And I think that's a label we've heard. Our friend John Fugelsang's taken that. A few other people have taken it. You can certainly call yourself an FDR Dem, because when somebody says an FDR Democrat to you, what does that say to you, Ashley? What does that say as far as what image comes to mind for you?
Just greatness, I think. I mean, just a time when the country had a lot of hope. And that's what we need again, I think.
Mm-hmm. Somebody who would fight for example, living wages, healthcare for all.
Right.
Kind of
and
things.
He was wealthy, and people gave him crap for that because he was very, very wealthy. And so he was, if you listen to his old radio broadcasts, they're fantastic. He goes, "Bring it on."
Yeah, exactly. Very much.
And so God bless him. God rest his soul.
Now, we know that you've been working 4 jobs. You said you quit a couple of them, but you've been working in medicine, because these days you started as a teacher. These days you are a physician's assistant doing direct and telemedicine, and you had to quit a couple of those so that way you could continue campaigning and really put your foot on the gas as far as that goes. How's it going?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's going great now that I don't have 4 jobs anymore. But
so down to 2.
Yeah. I mean, I've never had just one job my entire adult life. Even when I started working in medicine, I've always had at least 2 or 3 jobs, and I was up to 4 for most of the campaign, because that's just what it took to run a campaign and pay my
Yeah.
own bills. Because I mean, your bills don't stop when you start running for office.
Right.
Like they just keep going. You still got mortgages and stuff like that. So,
But you see that all across North Carolina, don't you?
right. I mean, people have multiple. It's just a normal thing for people to have multiple jobs, and that shouldn't be normal.
It should.
Agreed. That's it's one of it's as far as we've seen on your site. One of the big things that you want is that you want to raise the federal minimum wage. Now, here's the thing: if somebody said, "Oh, let's go to 16 or 17 or whatever," I've always thought the key would be to peg that to inflation.
Right. Yeah.
You're in the same boat as far as that goes?
Well, then we.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I think we'd be closer to $30 an hour right now.
True.
Right.
If we did it from $1980, yes, Jody is correct.
Yeah.
But
You know.
Yeah.
but I mean,
I know that Chris Murphy has talked about 25.
right.
And Chris Murphy and I are usually pretty ideologically aligned. So that sounds like a good number to me.
So you're kind of
great
more
number.
in that pragmatic corner of the Democratic universe, if we are going to use labels. Somebody who just wants to get things done to help people so that people don't have to struggle so much.
Yeah, correct. That's pretty much it. And I don't know why anybody would think that's a bad thing, but apparently some people do. So,
Well, like the whole thing, news we had in News on Tap here yesterday, talking about how Trump wants to open up Head Start to the marketplace and lower the standards. I'm like, are you kidding me? We don't know if you have kids or nieces or nephews or anything like that, or neighborhood kids, whatever, but.
Yeah, I have nieces and nephews, but I mean, I honestly like this administration. Nobody in this administration should be talking anything about education whatsoever because they show every day that they have very little to none. So
Exactly. Ashley's right on that. 100%.
Yeah.
Well, look, I mean,
Yeah,
Especially POTUS. He
right.
paid people to take tests for him. So
I wouldn't even dog him so much as I would the fact of the people like today, Cornyn and Tillis. I don't know what your thought is about Senator Tillis. I don't know what your thought is about that whole thing with Blanche and them giving in, even though they know that contract his changes are not valid at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let me start with Cornyn. I mean, because I am originally from Texas, Cornyn had been in office for as long as I can remember. And that was well before I started in politics. But it was interesting to see him kind of stand up. But Tillis, I mean, that's no surprise. Tillis does that every single freaking time. He always stands up to him and makes all these demands and then goes back on what he said. So, I mean, this is nothing new for him. He is just the ultimate turncoat. I mean, so we knew he was going to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still disappointing every time, but he does it every single time. And you would think now that he's not going to be in office anymore, you would think maybe he would have grown a spine, but alas.
Both of them.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
And, and the whole thing is that they know better than this. They know that whatever the heck, whatever Blanche's was peddling on that, it isn't legit. It isn't legit because a contract is only valid between two parties. He's not one of the parties. He's not even represented. He didn't even sign both documents of it's just, sorry, it's just very frustrating, some of us. So,
Yeah.
Obviously, got to ask you, since you are in North Carolina, and this is, we think, a difference between Democrats and Republicans that kind of shows who people are. The House Ethics Committee, including the Republicans, recommended yesterday Chuck Edwards for censure for sexually harassing two of his own staff members. I don't know if you have any take. I don't know if you've met Rep. Edwards before, or
I haven't met him, but I do know, obviously, who he is and that whole story. So, I mean, if it were a Democrat, they'd be out of office already because we would have all been screaming about it.
Right.
So, yeah. But now, hopefully, Chuck won't have too much longer in office as well, with any luck. So.
Well, you're thinking that the Democrats will do. I mean, every sign that we see says Democrats are doing pretty well. All the numbers say they're doing pretty well. We haven't seen any. We looked to see if there are any polls. Nobody's done any polling, I think, at least externally, on your race since March. Do you have any internal numbers as far as things that are going on, or?
No, so our race is not one that pretty much anyone pays attention to. Certainly not the national establishment for sure. We just kind of base what's going on based on what we think, what we see from other similar races. So we're encouraged by what we're seeing in the 11th district and in the first district. If they've moved, 11th district was R+4,
Okay.
and now they've moved pretty much to a toss up. So
Wow.
our district originally, before the last gerrymander, was R+22.
Oh, wow.
Then it moved to R+9 when we started this race. And so now, if they've moved the 11th to an R+4,
then
you could reason that we're maybe around a 4 or 5.
You're
exactly.
within the margin of error at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And-
it means it's far more competitive than maybe the national establishment is paying attention to, as far as the media, or
Yeah.
even maybe the party itself, as far as that goes.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I think probably a big reason they're not making a big deal out of it is because if they actually really did, they would have to move pretty much every single red district in North Carolina to a toss-up, or to a race that they'd have to pay attention to, because all of the red districts are 8, 9, or 10, or started 8, 9, or 10.
Great.
And so
that's
we're
great
all about the
news.
same. Yeah, I mean, we could feasibly flip the whole state.
What are you hearing?
And
What are you
but
hearing
that means a
you're
lot of
out
money.
Well,
Yeah.
it does, but it's also a lot of
Yeah.
people power. What are you hearing from your volunteers? What are you hearing when you go out and knock on doors, and when you go to the cafes and the restaurants and the gas stations and wherever you're going, whenever you meet people at the churches and wherever out there? What are you hearing?
People are just fed up. People are fed up and they're tired of it. And
Do they
our
do they
district,
care what label somebody's carrying, just so long as that person gets them the hell out of where we're at now?
I don't think so. I mean, I've even been in Lincoln County, which is one of the reddest parts of our entire district. And I've talked to people there and they're like, I don't even care what you are. They even ask. They're like, as long as you're listening to me, that's all I care about.
Exactly.
So, it's a very interesting dynamic. Our district's very weird, kind of, because we have kind of an urban area, which is Winston-Salem,
Right.
and Forsyth County's been blue forever. And the rest of the district is pretty red. But they're all trending more blue. I mean, every single election we see it tick up a little bit more. And so they may not flip, but they are definitely more friendly to Democrats than they used to be.
Well, and they're more open to
Yeah.
listening to your ideas, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, the things I'm campaigning on they're not really partisan ideas. I mean, they're healthcare and education and anti-corruption. I mean,
love that one.
everybody has a bad healthcare story. Everybody has a bad healthcare insurance story.
Mhm.
Everybody is fed up with corruption in general.
Mhm.
So
We
those
got
are
a
just
saying. We got a saying here at the bar. We tell everybody America needs AA, affordability and accountability.
right.
We
Yeah.
need to be able to pay for it, and we need to make sure the people who made it so that we couldn't pay for it are held accountable for the stuff they did, so then we can fix it so that things are affordable again.
Well, I was talking to my brother-in-law who lives in Wisconsin, and because there's a thing,
Right,
and
with-
he's
with-
conservative and I'm not,
Mhm.
and I go, "What do you think of Hong and the others?" And he goes, "I don't know who she is." I said, "How are you going to vote?" He goes, "Policy,
He wants whatever's going to get him
policy."
out of the situation that he's in Wisconsin.
And unfortunately, the GOP hasn't had policies, good or bad, in at least a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their entire platform is transgender people bad.
Thank you.
Biden bad, and socialist and communist, and that's it. That's all they.
Yeah.
That's all they got.
You're
Yeah,
right.
and yeah. So I mean, all we have to do is actually talk about what we'll do
ideas
for
about
people.
how you want to do
Thank you.
things. You have some actual
Yeah.
ideas about how you want to work with people to get things done. Now, here's a weird question. Are you going to care so much if they are, Democratic, Independent, or Republican in the House if you get elected? If they're willing to help you get
It
things done?
honestly depends. It honestly depends on what their policy is. Same thing, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So,
But I'm saying if they're
yeah,
willing to
I
help
mean-
you get things done, do you care?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care, but here's the thing, like the current Republican Party is not really I
Right.
mean, the Republican Party as we knew it does not really exist anymore. It's pretty much just MAGA.
True.
Yep.
And my thing is we don't negotiate with terrorists. So if they're going to continue this craziness that they've been doing for the last few years, I'm not going to negotiate with people who aren't going
I'm with
to
you.
honor human rights.
But you're going to talk with
Like-
people on certain issues, like Thomas Massey with the whole
Right.
Epstein files thing, and you'll be like, "Hey, you on board with me? Let's go." Yeah,
Yeah,
that's exactly.
exactly.
Can we keep you around for one more round, Ashley? Because we've got.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at this. Ashley Bell for Congress, running for Congress in the 10th district of North Carolina. We're liking what you're putting down. We got to talk to you more about a little bit
Yeah,
how we're
definitely.
going to do this, how you will get some progress done once you get in. Look, everybody here, freshen your drinks. Do what you got to do. If you don't have a Politics Bar T-shirt, you know where to go. Go get one from the store at thepoliticsbar.com. More with Ashley Bell next here at the Politics Bar.
We'll be right back after we pay some bills at the Politics Bar.